What's going on, everybody? As you can see, I have been very busy cleaning these crystals up. Just got done. Perfect timing for the sun to remove the shadow and expose the beauty of the crystals. Scrubbed everything except these little buggers right here. And as you can see, I keep everything. I kept every single piece. The guy I went with, my friend that kind of took me out and showed me the ropes, he would just be discarding stuff if it didn't look great, but I was like, bring it on. If it had a face on it, just a crystal face, I was keeping it, just knowing I'll throw it in a potted plant, I'll do something with it. But the crystals in this pocket were really interesting because they were like smokies with this clear quartz growing over them. So there was some scepter looking ones, some dark smokies in there, and I say a scepter because my friend said it was the quartz growing over the smoky made it a scepter. They were really interesting. That's more of a classic blend, but there were some really extreme examples. But I just had such a great time hiking. Like I said, anything I was seeing, I was grabbing. Some surface picking, but most of this is actually from a kind of a pocket that I found that was untouched. That's a really nice conglomerate right there. Look at the clarity of this one. That's really nice. Up here I got a little cluster. Isn't that cute? Love that stuff. Look at this beaut. Couldn't say no, I couldn't leave anything behind. There weren't a lot of 100% perfect crystals, but they are just gorgeous in my mind. This is a good example of that clear growing right over the smoky. Big chunky daddy. It was so fun getting out there. I really like the looks of this, where it's clear but it has some like hematite and smoky mixed in, where it's just, I don't know, really interesting looking material. The hematite was really sparkling off some of these gorgeously. There's a cool little chunk. But you can see on the underside there was something grew up that it made it tough to find like whole crystals, Ooh, got another mineral. Not sure what it is. Found a little bit of that. This is a really cool piece with the microcline on there. Sits really nicely. And then this is kind of what it was looking like. A lot of digging through that chunk, you know, to find the crystals, and scavenging through to get what I could salvage. Not the prettiest, but definitely amazing dark black smoky material in the area. Worth digging deeper for, worth exploring more. You know, it's inspiring to find this kind of stuff and think, I need the whole crystal, where is it? Now, there was some stuff I found on a previous day. So like everything here, I'll just say all of this stuff and all here was found on the same day. All the stuff below. Up here, this bigger stuff was recovered from a pocket that somebody else had dug that we came across that had just a lot of stuff left. And I've cleaned these up, but there's like a crystal plate right there with some smokies on it, tons of hematite. Not a lot of the red came off, just enough to kind of get a glimpse, but I actually really like that plate in general. It's just really a gorgeous mineral specimen. As it were, this one, I made a YouTube short about it, to UB40 red wine, because it was really red, but you can see there's a nice smoky, looks like the Death Star or something. Not the Death Star, but like one of those like Star Wars battleships from the dark side or something. I don't know. Just a cool smoky crystal, one growing on another, you know what I mean? Just backpacking right on there. It's getting windy here. Here's another sweet one that somebody left. You can only imagine what goods they would have harvested if they're leaving this stuff. This is after miles of hiking. Don't think it's that easy, because I was kicking butt. But this one's really cool because it's broken off, but it sits upright. It's just a whole little crystal mountain, you know? Just blam, right there. Little stuff like these. Like a little key. A rider on the back there. Another one tried to clean it up, just was so red, you know? But kind of a cool look to some of these. Look at this. Love that. Just so many faces, so much texture, so much character. Love that stone right there. Love this crystal. I love seeing that right there. The shiny, just the multi-faces. So beautiful what nature does. A couple more of the rinky-dink ones, and then this guy, real fatty, cleaned up pretty well. Really gorgeous. Just a whole thing to have. Big chunk. So yeah, had fun, and I'm learning, and I'm trying to apply theory. I've been at it for years, learning about rock hounding and mineral, collecting and gold, mining and all that, just to see, what I'm interested in, what it's like. But I'm in Colorado, so why not go try to apply it? I didn't have a good teacher is what it is. I had good teachers on the internet, but I needed to reach out to somebody and actually get it done. And so I met somebody and I said, can I go with you? And they said, sure. And the rest is history. This one I tried cleaning up. I don't know if it is a hematite crystal looks like there's some smoky here, but I don't know if it's just so covered that it's a smoky that wouldn't clean up. It feels kind of light for a smoky, so it's hard for me to tell what this is. This might be straight hematite. I'm not exactly sure, but that's a really cool one. Would look good as a necklace. But yeah, kept a lot of stuff I didn't necessarily need to keep, and yet why not? You know, as part of the collection. As it gets better, you can discard stuff or whatever the case may be. You know, it's kind of discouraging, like I said, to not have this be a whole crystal. But I'm so tickled by it, just the depth of the crystal, the beautiful color. Just appreciating it for what it is. Alright guys, really appreciate you checking it out. Hope you love all the crystals. Billions of years, they say, when this geology formed. Just interesting to think this stuff could be like older than the dinosaurs, you know. But oh, that was a really good one. I want to show you. Pretty little cluster with some luster. And then look at the clarity on that. It's like looking into a window of time, you know? I don't know, this stuff is just so cool. So, yeah, happy hunting, everybody. See you on the next vid.